All right, here's the family. There they are. Here's the one that started it. My 18-inch Walton's double skin drum. It took a good year to beat this thing in. The skin is like glass. It has so much character, and it's completely down to the skin. There's so much character, especially right in here, playing through this little bit and this little bit, and it's a very surprising drum. Is it an amazing drum? No, not by any standard. It's built like a tank, though. It's heavy. It's as simple can be. It's an Allen key tuning, which means it's about as simple can be. Biggest problem with the drum, though, is spacing. There are only 6 tuners on an 18-inch drum, and I think, while that does work, it could have better control. However, it makes up totally for the fact that it's indestructible. It feels indestructible. I've dropped it twice outside and it hasn't cracked at all. It has one of the sweetest rims to play on, and this was taped. I taped this after the fact. But it has the best rim for doing rim shots on. It just clacks so beautifully, and it doesn't sound cheap at all. Proof that Waltons do make good drums. This one, you all know, is my Hetty Coreline bullet model, and I got it for exactly the purpose of learning how to use a smaller drum. And I picked this drum up and went, wow. I was very, very happy with how easy it is to play and how easy it is to control tones. I like it a lot because it's incredibly warm. I can play it quietly and still get a lot of warm, full tones. And I like it. It's a very handsome looking, minimalist sort of thing. The skin is soft. I think it's soft. It's lovely cherry wood inside. And I keep saying it, but Hedvig Shack tuning system, that's the best tuning system I've ever seen. He got it just right. And here's the reason why. You can get a whole finger in. I find on a lot of other drums where you have a Forkner tuning system that the manufacturers put it so close to the frame that tuning it is really hard. Downsides to this drum, while it does have a very omnipresent sound, it's not a powerful drum at all. You gotta pound this thing hard. When you pound it hard, you lose a lot of the signature sound. But as far as it goes for small pubs and playing in small groups, it's great. It's super easy to tune. It's super easy to use. It's the reason why I use it for most of my videos is that because it is so easy to mic and it's such an easy studio drum. Normally that's the drum I'll use in any sort of studio recording. I just picked this one up yesterday. Valerie Turner, and it is from Shane McGrath. And it is a double skin drum. So now I have single skin 14 and a double skin 14. And it is double lambeg skin. And I don't know if you can see this, but hey, hi. That's a lot of clarity. And again, it has tons of personality. Soft here, crisp all through here, and a very elastic sort of sound. Lambeg, that is my favorite skin overall. I like kangaroo very much, but this is probably the most elastic skin I've ever played. Easy to control tones, and sometimes doesn't even sound like a double skin. I gotta learn more about this. Inside of it, I mean, this thing's covered in textures. Texture. Inside of it, it's got the Forkner tuning system. It's very close, though, to the frame. And see the problem? Yeah, that's the problem. So, like, if you're out there and you're putting these against, get some more buffering. You'll actually see it on my Finnegan Hill drum, how to do it better, which is space it further away so that gripping is easier. But look at that, that's the bed sheet underneath. That's some pretty clear skin. And it's just a rainbow of colors. This is one really cool looking drum, and it is actually tonally wonderful. It's got a lot of punch. It has more punch than the Hetty. This is the Finnegan Hill drum, my orange beast, my tangerine, I guess you can call it. And it's a kangaroo skin. It has lots of personality thanks to this little bit there, which actually this whole section through here has a unique sound, and then there's a sweet spot, perfect little sweet spot right up in here. It uses the Faulkner tuning system. You can get your finger behind it. That's how you do it. You add extra spacers. Add extra spacers. That is so important. Do what the guys at Finnegan Hill do, and do what they do at Metloff, and add more spacing. That is important. The tuning room is the best I've ever played. I have no problems with it. Wonderful profile. Beautifully simple drum. Thanks, Brett. You're amazing. And at the top of the range I have is my Hedvig Rolf Vogels edition, the RWE. This is the standard version without the change head. This is the 16-inch model, and it has Lambig skin on it. And this thing, when you get it going, is wonderful in a studio. Man, oh man, you mic this thing and it's fabulous. And it is built like a tank. Metal. The tuning system just right. It has a beautiful fiddle bottom finish. I love the color. Dude, I can see why Rolf Vogels had spent the time to refine this drum over the years. And I can see, like, I know there's a lot of criticism out there on Hedvig drums. You know, they say, oh, they're not as good as Metloff's. But they are a specifically designed sound. They're very different than Metloff drums, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful, wonderful looking drum. It's very, very comfortable to play. It's got a wonderful skin on it, and it just booms. It booms. It's a really, really good drum. It's a good sort of like all-rounder, but it takes the all-rounder status to a much higher level because of what it can do. So that's the family. Each one sounds very different. Each one was picked for very specific reasons, and this guy was designed for a very specific reason. But I must say it's surpassed the original reason of being my world music drum. It has gone and excelled in everything I've put it into. So I haven't found something that drum can't do.